good day to be out here, as my brother said, on the Lord's Saturday, to get this truth in, to understanding God's Word. We'll get right to the title because it's going to be kind of like a lengthy lesson. The title is The Great Tribulation is 3.5 years, not 7. The Great Tribulation is 3.5 years, not 7. Most of the mainstream theologians or Christianity teach that God's tribulation period is going to happen 7 years.
That's right.
And that's farther from the truth. Then I don't understand where they get this from, because it's 3.5 years is written all over the Bible how long the tribulation period going to take place, how long the length of it. But when reading these scriptures and studying and understanding these scriptures, when you see stuff out in the world and you understand these scriptures, stuff pop out to you for what the world is doing. And I was looking at Israel, and most of our people don't even understand that over in Israel, they fighting over our land. It don't even register us. We don't even give a care about any of that. But when I was sitting up there listening to Donald Trump, and they was talking about how he gave, gave Jerusalem the capital city. And that was the capital of Jerusalem. Gave Israel, Jerusalem the capital of Israel. And he said something to the fact of, most of the people inside the land are really mad about it. But as reading Bible prophecy and understanding, these Gentiles got to come over there and set up the third temple. And it almost like Bible prophecy is kind of flirting with you a little bit, showing you little things happening here and there, but it's not quite all the way out there. And before this can happen, we got to understand what to do when this man of sin sitting in the temple of God over there in the Holy Land. And that's why I titled the lesson, The Great Tribulation is 3.5 years, not 7. Because most of the world think it's going to be 7, most of the world think it's going to be raptured out of here before the tribulation period hit and all that. But he tells us as men of God to prepare the people for these times. And we living in the last days, whether people know it or not. It's coming down to the pipeline. But Jesus gives us signs. He gonna never leave his people hanging out to dry. We're going to turn to Matthew chapter 24. We're going to start with verse 1. Jesus gives us signs so we can understand how to prepare ourselves. And how you prepare yourself for the upcoming events of the Great Tribulation? You got to read. You got to study. You got to have faith that whatever God written in this Bible, it's going to come true.
Come on, bro. Come on.
That's all we got.
Amen. Amen.
That's all we got. And like I said before, prophecy just coming off out of the book from the world. Matthew chapter 24, we're going to start with verse 1. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 1. If you get it, brother, go ahead.
And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the building of the temple.
Yes, sir.
And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
So Jesus talking to his disciples, and he telling them about the temple. We're going to deal a little bit about the temple of God and the temple of the man of sin, sitting in the holy place. But he gives us signs that we should look out for in the world. Things that's supposed to come to pass that most of the world is asleep to. And he wants us to make sure we're in the right place at the right time so we can protect ourselves and our families. And this tribulation period is nothing that nobody ever seen before. Nothing. And it's going to last 3.5 years. And you're not going to be raptured out of here before it ends. He got a spot for his people, which is Israel, in the wilderness. But listen to what he said right here in verse 3. Go ahead.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
He said, tell us, when should this be and what shall be the signs of the end of the world? When he says signs, he gives you certain events that are going to happen in the end of the world.
That's right.
And believe me, the Great Tribulation is a big event that most of the world don't understand, and they don't care to understand because they passed inside the church and told them they're going to be raptured out of here. Raptured out of here. And Jesus told us in this same book, I'm coming after the tribulation period.
Yes.
So we got to understand how to protect ourselves. And he told us the signs. And I'm going to give you one of the signs. Jump down to verse 15. Go ahead.
When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whosoever readeth, let him understand.
Most of the world don't even know what it's talking about. And that's a very big topic right here. Whosoever see the abomination of desolation, spoken by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. He's talking about the man of sin going to build that temple in Jerusalem, and he's going to stand in the temple of God and call himself God.
That's right.
And he said, once you see that, you better be getting somewhere. Getting out of here. And most of the world, they don't see that. They can't see themselves leading outside the United States or wherever in the world they are. Because it's never been preached inside a lot of these churches. But he's telling you about this abomination. And this abomination lines up with the Great Tribulation that's going to happen for 3.5 years. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 1. We're going to read it in Thessalonians first before we go to Daniel. Because Paul wrote about this. One thing about God, he don't give the Old Testament prophets nothing different from the New Testament. If you got some sense, you understand that only the New Testament, the apostles, they testify what the prophets have written.
That's right. That's right.
So we just understand about this great tribulation that's going to happen. And he gives us signs. Like I said over there in Israel, they're in the uproar, they're protesting and everything. Because they know these Gentiles coming over there to take over. They're coming over there to take over. It's already been prophesied they're going to do it. Well, let's look at this man of sin he was talking about. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 1. Go ahead.
Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ,
Yes, sir.
and by our gathering together unto him.
So he's talking about his coming. His coming. It's coming. I want to make sure we emphasize that. Go ahead.
That ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, not by word, not by letter as from us, as that the day of Christ is at hand.
God don't want you to be troubled because people tell you, oh, God can come in the day now. No, he can't come in the day now. All these prophecies got to be fulfilled.
Come on.
All of them from the tribulation period. Well, he told us don't be shaken because people say different things that don't line up with the book. You got to read and understand so it can line you up in the right place at the right time doing the right thing, which is his word. Listen what he say here. Go ahead.
Let no man deceive you by any means.
He said, don't let no man deceive you.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. That day ain't came yet. But that day ain't came yet, so the falling away, it's almost there. People so shaken in their faith, they ain't got faith in God for nothing. Like I said, they got more faith in a 40-hour check at the end of the week than they got in God. They got all the faith in money. But when it comes to God, they ain't got no faith. It's falling away. If you ain't giving these people something or tell them how the blessing of God gonna come upon them, like, they ain't listening. This is very important about his coming. About the man of sin. We know we know where the man of sin is coming from. What organization? That's the Roman Catholic Church. And they glorify the Pope right now running around here. He's the one, the man of sin coming out of his organization. I'm not saying this Pope. It might be, but I'm not saying it. But it's coming out of the Pope organization, which is the Roman Catholic Church. But listen what he said right here. Verse 4. Who opposes and exalteth himself above all that is called God,
Yes, sir.
that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
What man do you know upon earth who they worship? Not just in America, but all over the world. The Pope, everywhere he go, they got it. He put his hand out, they kiss him. Where do you think the Godfather get it from? Got it from him. He been around a long time, brother and sister. The Pope, that organization, that's the man of sin organization, that's Satan organization, the Roman Catholic Church. Jump down to verse 7. Go ahead.
For the mystery of iniquity do already work.
Yes, sir.
Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way.
So this man of sin gonna be upon this earth ruling until Jesus come back. And he gets his power from Satan. Go ahead.
And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
See, that lets you know how long he's going to be in power. Jesus is going to have to take him out. Nobody can take him out. He's going to have so much money, so much power at this time. Nobody can take him out because Satan has gave him the authority to do so, along with God first now. But Satan has gave him the power. Go ahead.
And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
So we know he got to be here when Jesus comes. Because he's the only one going to be able to take him out. Go ahead.
Even him, whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
He got the same power. He can do signs, he can do wonders. And you're going to see, he's going to make a statue talk. And people around the world are going to be bowing down and worshiping him.
That's right.
Worshiping the image of the beast. But if your pastor is not teaching you this thing will take you by surprise, and you'll start worshiping that man. And people already think that the Savior coming back going to be white anyway. So we got to understand how these events take place so we can protect ourselves in the tribulation period. Now he said in Matthew chapter 24, read what Daniel said. You finished with that one?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go to Daniel chapter 11. Excuse me. No, we ain't finished with that, did we? Okay, Matthew chapter 24, excuse me. I'm ahead of myself. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 15. I'm just trying to prepare you mentally. So when this stuff come upon you, you see these signs, there ain't no second guessing. Ain't no second guessing about running out of here and getting into the Holy Land outside in the wilderness and that to be protected during the tribulation period. I know it ain't a popular lesson, but hey, it's popular to me. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 15. They're reading the same thing what Paul said in Thessalonians. Go ahead.
When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand.
Where's the holy place? Jerusalem. He got to be in the land during this 3.5-year tribulation period. Go ahead.
Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
He said, if you're in Judea or in Jerusalem at the time, you better be fleeing to the mountain. Get outside of that protection place where God going to have his holy angel protecting his people for 3.5 years. That's the only spot you're going to have for protection in this tribulation period. Jump down to verse 21. Go ahead.
For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, to this time, no, not ever shall be.
He said, ain't nothing you've seen before. It's nothing in the movies. There's nothing that you ever will see when I bring this upon the earth, the great tribulation. I want to be somewhere where I'm protected. And I know you want your families protected. But if they ain't talking right, leave them. Leave them. Because you ain't gonna be able to face up and keep the laws of God when this man of sin is in power. He killing everybody. He killing. But people so clinging to their parents, to their grandma, to their mama and all. They said, come on, let's go, let's go. Wait a minute, let me go clean the house up. Okay, go ahead and clean it. I'm in the car. But this is what I'm saying though. Jump down, where we at now? Verse 21. Okay, now let's go back to Daniel. He said, whosoever read, let him read Daniel, right? Daniel chapter 11 and verse 31. This is talking about the great tribulation, but I got to lay a little foundation about the holy place and who's going to sit in the holy place, so you'll understand that this thing is not too far off. We will see it in our generation. Let's see what this temple. Check this temple out and see how much power this cat gonna have. Daniel chapter 11, verse 31. Go ahead.
And arms shall stand on his part.
When he said arms, he's talking about an army.
Right.
An army gonna stand on his part. Go ahead.
And they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily sacrifice, and they shall place the abomination that maketh desolate.
See, right now, when this happens, the temple's gonna be already being built, and these Levitical priests, they're gonna train white Levitical priests to start taking up blood sacrifices, because the Jews over there, they don't believe that Jesus came already.
Right.
They looking for him for the first time, but we looking for him for the second time. So this man of sin gonna take it when he come in, which gonna come from the Roman Catholic Church. He gonna say, "Y'all stop taking up those sacrifices. I'm here now. I'm the one that can forgive sin." And you see that now when these people go in their confession chambers and they confessing their sins to who? A man.
That's right.
He doing it now, but he gonna be on a worldwide event once this happens. When he sit in the temple God in Jerusalem, he gonna take away those sacrifices. But God give us clues to know who this man is. Jump down to verse 36. Go ahead, brother.
And the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself, and magnify himself above every god.
Above every god.
And
because they calling him the Holy Father right now.
that's right.
Above every god. He gonna exalt himself. Go ahead.
And shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods.
Yes, sir.
And shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished. For that is determined shall be done.
He gonna prosper to the destruction. Indignation is determined. Right now, the Roman Catholic Church, the richest church ever. They billionaires on top of billionaires. They got so much money. The Vatican got their own little police. They ain't being policed by the world. They policing the world. This is how much power they got. And he give us a clue right here in verse 37, and we know it's got to be coming from their organization. Go ahead.
Neither shall he regard the gods of his fathers, neither desire a woman.
That's one clue. They ain't gonna desire women. Right now, you know them, they get in trouble now by sleeping with little boys. Because a preacher, a pope, well not a pope, but a priest, he cannot have a wife if you're going to be a priest over there in the Vatican City. What kind of sense is that? God told man to repopulate the earth with a man and a woman, not just two men. And they are ordaining gay priests in their organization too. But this is what he's telling her. He said, neither shall he regard the God of his father, nor the desire women. He don't want no woman. Because they want to promote this homosexuality. It's on the rise already. But go ahead.
Nor regard any God, for he shall magnify himself above all.
He magnifies himself above all. Let's see where he's at. Jump down to verse 45. Verse 45. We just find out where that temple is, where he's going to put his house. Go ahead.
And he shall plant the tabernacles of his palace between the seas and the glorious holy mountain. Yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him.
So he's going to plant his house in the, where the holy mountain is. Where's the holy mountain? Jerusalem. This is where he going to come in the temple and say, I'm God, I'm here now. And when that time hit, God said, you better be fleeing to the wilderness. Get out of here.
That's right.
It's something that's not being preached. And this thing going to happen for 3.5 years of destruction. We deal with this stuff in the blowing of the trumpets, those 7 trumpets. And our lesson is about the Feast of Tabernacle. But he wants us to be prepared mentally. So when this time hit, we'll know what to do. Let's turn to Revelation chapter 11, verse 1. Like I said, I titled the message, it's the Great Tribulation. 3.5 years, not 7. And it's saying it all over the Bible about his great tribulation in the land. But they got this false doctrine out here telling us that we're going to be raptured out of here. Revelation chapter 11, we're going to start with verse 1. Let's get some, these 3.5 years in months now. He's going to show it to you in months. Verse 1, go ahead.
And there was given me a reed like unto a rod.
This angel got a reed like unto a rod. God telling him to do something with this rod. Go ahead.
And the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of God, and the altar and them that worship therein.
He said, I want you to measure the temple of God and them that worship. He want an exact measurement on the temple. But there's one thing he told the angel not to do. Listen to what he said here.
But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread underfoot 42 months.
So the Gentiles gonna have this temple. The Gentiles are white people, are European. That's why they get mad, because Trump is trying to put the embassy in Jerusalem. And then if you put the embassy in Jerusalem, guess what's gonna happen? He's gonna start setting up that shop and building that temple. He already said he's gonna help do it. But I'm just trying to tell you a little bit about it, but I've been researching this for a minute. But he said right here it's gonna be 42 months. How long is 42 months? 3.5 years. He gives the months here. Let's go to Revelation chapter 13 and 1. Just give you the time. It's going to be 3.5 years of tribulation, not 7. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 1. Let's see who's going to give him the power. We know, give this king this power. Verse 1, go ahead.
And I stood up on the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea.
Now understand, when he say beast is similar like kings or kingdom, a beast. Like we say LeBron James a beast. Is he a little beast? No, metaphorically speaking. That's what he's saying. This beast, which is this king, will have great power. And the sea, always talking about he reigning over people. It's just metaphorically speaking. Go ahead.
I'm going to read that. And I stood up on the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy.
This is all the kingdoms that this beast is ruling, or this king is ruling. All the Gentile dynasties, start all the way from Nebuchadnezzar, Darius, Cyrus, Alexander the Great, and 4 generals, all the way down to Rome right now. This Roman Catholic Church. These Gentiles or these white folk been running this for a long time. And he telling them, look, this is the one who I'm going to give my power to. But read verse 2.
And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
Yes, sir.
And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority.
Who's the dragon? Satan. He gave this kingdom, these kings, all this power. That's why I tell y'all, God, government is not set up on the world. It's Satan government.
Come on.
It's Satan government. But he has a spot for us, and we do what we're supposed to do and be a little sanctuary for us. He got to let all this stuff play out. All this stuff, all this tribulation got to play out because it was written in the book. And we got to know where to be, what time to be there. And that's why I told them at the Great Tribulation, 3.5 years, not 7. If you wait another 3.5 years before going over there, you're going to be shut out of the wilderness. We're going to see that. You're going to be able to get in there. Well, go ahead.
And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death. And his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast.
This wound, give you a little history. In 476 AD, Rome's wound was healed. They got back in power at the time. They was taken out a while back. And this right now, if you understand a little bit about the word, it's the European Union. The ones that, those 10 toes in Daniel that he's talking about now. It's going to be, that wound going to be healed, or his kingdom or his power going to be great at the end. And it's already great now.
Yes.
But go ahead.
Verse 4. And they worshiped the dragon which gave power unto the beast.
They worship the dragon. How they worship? They worship Christmas. That's who gave you Christmas, Rome. They worship Easter. That's who gave you Easter, Rome.
Come on.
All this. They gave you everything, every celebration that we celebrate in the world, Rome gave it to us. If you want to go further back than that, it was the Babylonians. But this is what's going down.